This is Ed Theresa with the Focus Life Institute, along with Theresa Burnworth, our curriculum director. And we're talking about the DISC personality system and how that's used in soft skills. Now, employers have been saying for the last 25 years that graduates coming out right now, they lack soft skills. They might have the technical skills, but how do I communicate with effectively? It's not I unfriend you on my phone, okay? It's not I'm going to talk to you with a text. How do I get one-on-one with you communication? We're also going to look at collaboration in this module, how you collaborate with a team, and then conflict resolution. How do I get in sync with a different behavioral style from me if we're in an area of conflict? And then we're looking at creativity, confidence, and character. You can lose your character in one bad post on social media. So in this opportunity, when you look at communication, Theresa, I know one of the greatest things is if I am an S-style behavior and I'm dealing with a D, and I don't have that I style, what happens is there's going to be a little bit of conflict.
True. They're not necessarily going to see eye to eye. They're not going to understand each other. And it's going to be difficult to get in sync.
So think about this. You just graduated college, you're in the workplace right now, and you go into a meeting or you want to communicate effectively with somebody and you say, hey, look, I need to have a deadline on this, and you don't hear anything. And this is what I need from you. You don't hear anything. And all of a sudden, what happens is you see that person out in the hallway and you say, aren't you answering my information? Oh, I have it. I'm working on it. Oh, why didn't you tell me? I'm an I personality style. I have to have you telling me that information is being worked on. Don't assume that I'm sitting over here right now knowing you're working on it if you don't tell me. And so even those little areas of communication, one statistic recently said that companies that are over 100,000 individuals are losing about $60 million a year because of a lack of communication. I'll say this, when I was working with the Coca-Cola company, we would say this, over communicate. So we talk about communicating to a degree that everybody knows what's going on. How about in the area of collaboration, Theresa?
Well, when you have to work together, you have to understand who you're working with, the personality strengths and weaknesses of the team, and also your own. People can get a little ruffled under the feathers when you have to come together, and maybe your idea isn't the one people choose, and you're going to have to deal with that rejection, and you're going to have to work through those things, but you got to rise above it, be the mature person, use the DISC personality information to your benefit to see how you can make the situation a positive one.
And then we talk about conflict resolution. We talked about people come together in some type of one group and we're going to work together as a team. Guess what? As you said, they're opposite in me, and how do I get in sync? What we're trying to do is to keep the strife out of the situation. Keep it where you're a peacemaker. And I can tell you what, many times I've gone into situations, and because I knew the different styles of behavior, I knew there was times where I had to bring them together, the opposites, because I had to allow them to see the strength and the value of each of these individuals. And what happens sometimes, be honest with you, you might not value that person just because they have a different personality style. We're here to help you understand that behavior, get in sync with it, and blend that style and have a congruency in there. How about in the area right now of creativity?
When you're working with creative people, they're going to have a lot of ideas and they're going to spill them all out on the table instead of maybe thinking through each one. So you have to understand that this person's going to give an idea. Is it the best one? We're not sure. Talk it through, work it out. With the creativity levels, make sure everyone gets a chance to share, because everyone will have different parts of the creative process that can help make it more complete and thorough.
And we talk about in the area of confidence. We know a lot of young people today lack confidence. Here's the interesting aspect, though. We gave you a behavioral style that talks about your inspiring traits, your value to the organization. I've even told some individuals that I've known is to take that information, put it on your resume. Because a lot of people, when you ask them, tell me about yourself, and they might not be able to do that. And the last area we're going to deal with in the soft skills is in the area of character.
When you're talking about character, sometimes everybody has a different idea of what's right, but most people understand the right thing to do. So you got to get on the same page with people, see where they're coming from, put yourself in their shoes, think about things before you speak. Don't just blurt it out. Work on those character traits that are definitely essential to every office work experience with your coworkers.
If you're a dominant behavior style, watch your mouth. If you're an I, you might say the wrong thing. Let me tell you this, we all have rights, right? We have the rights to do what we want to do, but is it the right thing to do? And we really got to help you understand there are certain situations where you just have to keep your mouth closed. You might need to walk away from that, or if you hear something, deal with it outside that team or whatever. Don't embarrass anybody. Walk through the process, understand behavior, and be able to make that environment a positive environment. That's what we're trying to do, is help you understand how you can be positive in these areas that might be of conflict. These soft skill competencies are tremendous, and they will help you in your future.